Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Willie, and this is the encouraging word for today. There is a place of power that many people do not know about, that many people have not experienced. It is a place of healing, is a place of miracles, a place of salvation, a place of guidance, of direction, a place of encouragement, a place of strengthening in difficult times, a place of help when you need it, a place of peace. It's a stronghold, it's a fortress, it's what you need for every occasion. Paul, the Apostle Paul, knew that place. Now, Paul and his team had been guided by God to the continent of Asia. The continent of Europe, a totally new environment for them. They've been guided there for the purpose of reaching people for Jesus Christ. The gospel did not yet exist in Europe. This is their first time going there. So Paul and his team are supernaturally guided by a vision, a dream in the night to go to Europe, to Macedonia. So they go, they take a boat and they arrive there. And then they use their own wisdom and decide where in Macedonia to go. They go to the city of Philippi, a central city where there are many people and many connections to the whole region. So you see the picture of God's guidance. He gives them the guidance of what continent to go in, and then they get to decide what strategy they're going to use. It's not, they didn't need another dream. They didn't need God telling them. He gave them the general direction, and then God expected them to use their wisdom. God hasn't created us as to just be robots. He expects us to use our wisdom and to make plans and do things. And if he wants to close the door, he will. But he gives us general direction and at times specific direction. And at other times he allows us to make our own decisions. So that's the situation. They're here and they're in the city of Philippi. Now what are they going to do? Listen to Acts 16, verse 13 and 14. On the Sabbath, we went outside the city gate to the river, where we expected to find a place of prayer. We sat down and began to speak to the women who had gathered there. One of those listening was a woman from the city of Thyatira named Lydia, a dealer in purple cloth. She was a worshiper of God. The Lord opened her heart to respond to Paul's message. There's a lot there, but let me break it down. Paul knew the power of a place of prayer. So his first step in this foreign territory where he knows nobody, he has no connections, his first step is to find a place of prayer. Why would he choose to do that? Because at a place of prayer, people who gather there, even though they may not yet know Jesus, and this woman did not know about Jesus, they're hungry and they're seeking God. They have something in their heart that's empty and they're seeking God. And in fact, God has put that hunger and thirst for him in them. So God is at work even before they know Jesus. And this lady Lydia, who was a wealthy woman, a dealer in purple cloth, had her own business from another city. She also had a house in Philippi. She came to the place of prayer on that Sabbath, on that Saturday. And she probably came as a routine. She was seeking God, but you know how it is. We get into a routine. We go to church, we do this, it becomes a routine in our life. So I do not believe she was expecting anything unusual than just another Sabbath day at the place of prayer. So she went there with other women. But things happen in the place of prayer. Unexpected things happen in the place of prayer. Good things happen in the place of prayer. Changes happen in the place of prayer. Revelation happens in the place of prayer. So she came like any other Saturday, and she had an encounter with the living God. Paul started preaching or explaining to them who Jesus was and how man was sinful, but Jesus came and died, and if they would believe and turn their life to him, she would be saved. And her eyes were opened. The Lord opened her heart. You see, we preach the message, we speak the message, we explain it to someone, and God opens the heart. And she was saved. Her sins were forgiven. She was a new creation. Great things happen in the place of prayer. And this was the beginning of amazing things happening in the continent of Europe, in the city of Philippi, which we'll see in the next few days. All beginning at the place of prayer. Think about that. Everything of importance begins in the place of prayer. In fact, Jesus said in Matthew 21:13, it's recorded, he said, "My house shall be called a house of prayer for all nations." For all nations. That's his desire, because things happen in the house of prayer. So what's our application? Number one is to find a place of prayer, a church. Not all churches are places of prayer. Find a church that is a place of prayer and gather and pray. Get together with a group and make wherever you're gathering a place of prayer. Make your home a place of prayer. Lydia's home later on became a place of prayer. And as we'll see tomorrow, Lydia buys into the place of prayer concept, and amazing things happen at Lydia's house and through Lydia. So, my friends, there's power in the place of prayer. Don't miss the power that God has for you. God bless you, and I will see you tomorrow.